Hi, I'm Chef D and welcome to my home. 2 years ago, we went into your home with Chef 911. Last year, we took you around the world, and this year, we're going to take you to where it all began. That's right, farms. A blueberry farm, a vegetable farm, a corn farmer, a trout farmer, and even a hothouse tomato farmer. On today's show, we're going to see Farmer T, Trevor Herrles, in his element. That's right out in the cornfield. Won't you join me? You've all seen Herrles, the farm market, and everything that goes along with that, but I thought, why don't we come out to the field and see how we can pick an oatmeal peanut butter cookie.
Oh, look, I got one too. Excellent.
I'm joking about the cookie, but we're here with Farmer T, my good friend Farmer T from Herrles, and it's corn season.
Right.
And so we're right in the middle of a small patch of corn.
Yep.
How many acres would be out here?
All in total, we're about 110 acres of sweet corn.
Yep.
And
wow.
and there's probably about 50 or 60 out here, and then we move down towards the market. This is our earlier land, and a little bit more sandy than that.
And now you can grow corn, like it can be harvested right up to almost Thanksgiving, right?
Right. So we plant in succession. So we're planting every 3 to 5 days, kind of throughout the season, growing season, and that so that we have fresh corn right until the end of our season.
And so a stalk like this, how long from seed to harvest?
Depending on the variety, somewhere between 70 and 80 days.
Okay.
Yep.
And now this year has been a little bit wetter.
Yep.
We do get still some sunshine, so this is what it likes.
A little bit.
A little bit. But I'm noticing the cobs are a little bit bigger again.
Yeah, I would say so. Once again, depending on the variety, each variety will do better in this kind of cooler, wet weather that we've had, and that. But definitely, the last couple of nights have been very cold, and so we're not getting those heat units that the corn really needs to grow.
Okay. Now, how many varieties do you grow?
About 20 different varieties.
So can I get peaches and cream?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, I know we'll go into more detail when we're cooking with it and that, but there is it's a white and yellow. It's a
bicolor corn. That's a proper term for it. Yeah.
And then also too, when you're looking and that is, you always want to, you can get some that you can eat right away.
Yep.
And then you take some that you can actually sit in your refrigerator or take to the cottage or wherever, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And so that's a neat thing, and the way we sell it by name, and then you get to know the different varieties, and certain varieties have different characteristics and different flavors, and we definitely get people coming back looking for the name.
And we're going to try 2 different varieties today. I think a Vision, if I'm not mistaken,
that's right.
A little bit sweeter, right?
That's right. It's a gourmet variety.
Gourmet variety. Yep. And then we're going to do a bicolored one.
Right.
And then we're going to do it with, I think we're going to do a chowder today.
Okay.
We're going to do a salsa today.
That's excellent.
And we might have a little bit of a competition, but we can't say a whole lot about that, okay?
About that.
And then we're going to do a pilaf with it.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Excellent.
So is there anything, that you want our viewers to know about corn that they would have known?
I think making that distinction between the bicolors and the yellow and the different varieties that you can grow, and there's not just one single variety. That's the biggest education piece that we've tried to incorporate as a family.
Okay. And the last thing, how do you pick all this?
Very carefully. Very carefully.
Yep.
Really simply, just take it by the top here, and it should just come right off. Just a little twist. There you got your fresh corn.
Look at that. We have fresh corn. Now, how many employees would you have come out and actually pick for, like a bin? We all see the big white bins that we have, and how
that
long?
we dump in, and that probably about 6 to 10 guys, and they'll pick, and and it's all hand picked in the market. That's the key. Right?
Wow. And your staff, do you change a little bit, or is it kind of
remains fairly consistent? And that we have a very family atmosphere, and that with our field workers and our market staff, and we seem to get a very good retention rate that way.
That's right. So are you ready to get cooking?
Let's cook.
Okay, but can we eat the cookie first?
Absolutely.
Join us in the kitchen in just a second. just finished picking some amazing fresh corn with my good friend from Herrles Farm Market.
Yep.
And we're going to be making 3 amazing recipes, and I'm going to get started with the first one. We're going to do a corn and cauliflower chowder. So we have some amazing white onions here, so I'm just going to cut them up, and you don't have to cut these up in anything fancy. They can be like a nice rough chop, because we're going to puree it at the end. And so a white onion in our pressure cooker goes.
Excellent.
Probably 2 of the white onions, because they're nice and big. Now,
and they're very sweet.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
This year, because we've had more rain
Yep.
and cooler temperatures, the onions seem to be bigger than ever.
They are, and they definitely pulled in a lot of the moisture in the ground this year.
Now, years ago,
yeah.
I used to call this peaches and cream corn.
Yeah, it's like swearing around here. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what do we call it now?
So it's a bicolor corn because you've got the white and the yellow kernels.
Yeah.
And so we grow probably about 20 different varieties of a bicolor corn. And one thing we've always prided ourselves on is naming the variety that's in the corn bins and educating people. And that's something that started back with Howard and Elsie and has been very important for us to educate the consumer that there are different varieties than a peaches and cream corn.
Now, it's been an interesting year, and I say that, tongue a little bit in cheek and that, but, without Howard here this year, it just was, with memories flowing in and that, if you didn't know, Howard passed away in the winter last year. So, but just seeing plants and everything, it's like he's still here.
Yeah, his touch is on absolutely everything that goes on here.
So we're just cutting off our corn. It doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Yep.
And that now.
Well, the corn is fancy. Absolutely.
With the corn, there's some varieties that you have to eat like right away.
Yep.
And then there's other varieties that you can actually take with you if you're traveling, or even keep in a refrigerator for a week, right?
Absolutely. So the one variety we're just cutting up right now is an SE variety.
Yep.
And then another variety you've got here is a gourmet.
Okay.
So the gourmet will hold its sugar a lot longer, has about twice the amount of sugar that this other variety has. So if you're diabetic, you want that one.
Okay.
It's true.
And the other great thing I gotta say is, you see lots of the vegetables that we have out in front of us right now, but in Farmer Tea, it's absolutely fantastic that I can walk in your store and it's like a whole pantry.
That's right.
I'm just gonna reach across to here.
Yeah, go right ahead.
And grab a cauliflower.
You can get everything you need. So you're welcome here anytime.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. Set up shop.
So we have some amazing cauliflower here, just absolutely fantastic. Just look how white and beautiful that is. And we've been going to farms all season for At Home with Chef D and learning lots, and we got to remember that they're not perfect. They're not perfectly grown. You might see a couple blemishes. It's not a bad thing, right?
Cut those off, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But people, we get so concerned about, it's got to be perfect. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So again, not putting it and not cutting it any fine dicing or anything like that. It doesn't have to, because we're going to puree this.
I can do that.
Thank you. And then we have some fresh Ontario garlic.
Okay.
Because you need a little bit of punch to it. So we're going to just quickly chop this up. Probably about a clove and a half, because they're really big cloves. And then go. Now, this is where I'm going to change it up, just from going with all the fresh that we have. But I'm going to put a little bit of dried onions in, because as it reconstitutes through the pressure cooker, it's going to give it some more flavor.
More punch.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that goes. And then we have this great balsamic that's been aged in cognac casks. So we're just going to put a little bit of that in to give it a little bit of pow.
I did sneak some of that earlier. It is really good.
And then we just have some vegetable stock, and I actually combined a little bit of chicken and vegetable stock. You can make it your own, and with everything that we have here, you can use the not the perfect pieces and that. Put them in your vegetable stock in 20 minutes, bring it up to boil, you're good to go.
Wow.
So we're going to put this in.
That's what's so cool. The way that you do things is just so simple, and stuff that you've got lying around.
And that's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be really hard and really complicated. Cooking should be fun. It should be easy, and away we go. Now we're going to bring that up to a boil, and then what we're going to do from there, we're going to let it go, and we'll come back to that. Okay?
Sounds great.
So we got our soup going on. It's kind of getting ready to do its thing. So I thought, what if we do a corn salsa?
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna beat my corn salsa?
Well, you know, I think the gauntlet's been thrown down.
Okay.
So
let's do it.
Going to grab a little bit of the red onion, and I just we were talking earlier about how big the onions are this year. It's absolutely fantastic. And we're just going to cut out a little bit off. And we're just going to chop it up.
And we want to go a lot finer.
Yes, we are. We're going to do a nice little dice here. Bring it back. Move this out of the way. And then we're just going to, again, chop it. Make sure you tuck your thumb behind so that way, you know, you don't want any accidents while you're chopping. And whenever you have a sharp knife, you never really have to worry because the knife's going to do the work. You're not kind of making it chop. You know what I mean? If you know what I'm saying. So in that goes. We got some beautiful chopped onion here.
Yeah, I think.
And then a little bit of garlic. Now, if you like a lot of garlic, go for it.
Go for it.
Okay.
Sure, absolutely. Garlic and cilantro, that's what's very popular at our house.
And now your girls are getting in teenage years now, so they're eating more and they're experimenting more, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and we're very fortunate we don't have picky eaters by any means.
That's amazing. So we're going to take a little bit of lime juice, fresh limes.
Which are not grown in Ontario, but are a staple, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now these are from Chile. So we're going to put in our juice right now. Now, if you're like me and onions kind of repeat on you a little bit, if you put them in and just let them sit in the lime juice for a little bit.
That's a little bit more than I needed to know. But hey, this is your show, and you're at home. I'm glad you feel comfortable. Absolutely.
A little bit of salt and pepper.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not sharing anything more with Farmer T.
That's okay.
A little bit of salt.
Now, do you add salt as you go, or at the beginning, and then
I'm going to taste
tasting
a little bit, and then we're going to take a fresh cucumber, and this is a field cucumber because a lot of times we get caught up in the seedless.
Yep.
You know, I love this.
Yeah, there's nothing like a fresh field cucumber. The skin is so much more tough.
Oh yes.
And that's where all the nutrients are, right?
Exactly.
It's in the skin.
Now we're going to chop it to the side.
So not only is texture important, but also appearance, because you're doing different shapes and everything else too.
Exactly. Okay, and this is also bite-sized, so you don't want to be too big, you know. And it's going to go over some great Nutri-Farms grilled chicken.
So we're not using tortilla chips.
No tortilla chips today.
On chicken.
Well, we could, you know.
Cool.
And you could always garnish it with some tortilla chips.
Yeah.
And that goes.
I like this.
We're going to stir this up. We have now a sweeter corn.
A sweeter corn.
This is the vision corn.
Vision corn.
Again, because we're going to add a little bit of heat to this, so you want a little bit of sweetness going on. So we're going to take the vision corn. Again, just cut it down. Now, if you wanted to change it up just a little bit, you could grill your corn and put it in this way. I like the raw corn in it.
Oh, absolutely. This is the best when, like, very underrated eating fresh corn like this.
Doesn't it go? Just look at the sweetness that happens when you pop that. Like,
and it's also going to give you a lot more creamier texture to it when you're eating it raw.
Okay, we're going to put more in. In that goes. Yeah. I got more. Can you keep stirring?
Okay, I can do it.
Okay, and then I'm going to take a red pepper. Chop up the red pepper. Again, nice fine dice like what we did before.
Yeah.
Watch me.
There you go. Nice job. In the green bin.
I know. In the green bin.
In the green bin.
We are environmentally conscious here on Chef D.
Excellent.
And there we go.
It's nice.
And chop that in. There we go. A little bit of fresh cilantro. Now, if you like lots of cilantro and you want more of the flavor, make sure you get the stalk in it as well, because that's where all the oils and flavor come from the cilantro.
Interesting. Because usually you just rip the top and use the leaves in, but that's where the oils are in the stalk. Okay,
Trish and I go on a trip to Mexico, and she signs us up for a cooking class. Did I ever tell you about that?
No, but I'd like to know this. I think that's great.
I'm thinking, You know, I'm not going to get these 2 hours back, but it was very informative. The chef was amazing. You know. Okay, perfect, good. We're gonna add a little bit of jalapeno. You like a little bit of heat, right?
I love the heat. Absolutely.
Okay, if you eat too much heat, you know, you might have a little bit of spiky hair like me.
I could too. Might have a little bit more hair, which would be a good thing.
So we're going to
now you're leaving the seeds in, right?
We're leaving the seeds in.
Cool.
Oh yeah. And just remember, after you're done chopping with the jalapeno, you'll switch your cutting board whenever you're doing something else.
Okay.
Just because you don't want the heat.
And you definitely don't want to be rubbing your eyes after that.
No, you do not want to be rubbing your eye after that.
No.
Okay, stir that in.
Okay.
A little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Okay. We have our corn. We have our onions. We have our cucumber, which is going to add some great flavor to it, right? We got some heat going on. We got our cilantro in there. I don't think we're missing anything else. Now, I think you should try it.
Here. Oh, you're just sampling. I'm like going big time.
What do you think about that?
Just the right amount. Now, this is ours.
Right.
And it's a little bit different because it's got black beans in it too.
Yeah, I know.
Which are good. I'm going to say it's a tie.
You know what?
We're playing Baptist rules here, so it's a tie.
Everybody wins on Adamo and Chef G. No, I agree.
It's very good. They're very different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
But I love the flavor.
Good.
Absolutely fantastic. Hey, if you can't make your own, come out in the Herrles and get your tortilla, your salsa. So we have our salsa done, which we're going to serve with. You know what? I'm going to add
peas.
Something just a little bit different to this.
Peas are still in season. We're still picking peas here, so that's
we're
great.
Going to stir
Absolutely.
that in. When we come back, we're going to finish up our soup, and then we're going to do a pilaf with bulgur and quinoa, and locally grown quinoa. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. Sure.
Cooking with Chef D.
Okay, this half cookie's been sitting here most of the show.
We better eat it.
We better eat it. You know, I love these oatmeal peanut butter things. A beauty.
Yeah, they're very good.
Okay, who's going to talk now?
Oh, you gave me the bigger piece.
So, our soup's almost done. So I'm going to puree the soup.
I have a bigger one, if you want a bigger one.
No, it'll be all good.
Good?
And the great thing about this, it's very chunky. It's going to be very, like, a thick soup. That's why it's a chowder. We're just seeing it just starts going nicely here. If you can pass me the 35% cream.
Good thing I can read.
If you want to pour in. Yeah, pour in. Keep going. A little bit more. Okay, we're good. Now, can you pass me the mascarpone cheese? Because really, nothing says love like some great mascarpone cheese. Okay. Can we put a little bit of that in?
How much?
A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, well, we're good. And we're going to stir this in. And now this takes about 2 minutes of just pureeing and just see how it all comes together. Make sure we get all the cheese. And if there's a little bit more, like, you know, bigger pieces, it's okay. It's a chowder, right?
Absolutely.
So, here we go. We're going to put this out, and we're just going to let that sit now for all those flavors to come together. You're gonna get the sweetness and all great flavors. Now, we've made some of the quinoa that is growing here, and I put a little bit of bulgur in with it.
And just popped right up.
Exactly, just nice and fluffy. In the bowl it goes. And now, what we've done here is we've roasted off some vegetables. And I'll just show you. Just grilled them off on the barbecue. You want a little bit of the char, which is going to give you a little bit more of the sweet flavor. Just going to take that last little piece off. Then we're going to cut this up.
Stem and all.
Stem and all.
Stem and all.
You want to use all of it. And then we did the same with the cauliflower. If you want to add some of our fresh peas in.
Sure.
Unbelievable how sweet they are.
I know I had more.
Okay, perfect.
Peas are a staple around here.
Oh, yeah,
in the season.
We were talking about that and how you just eat them, like, and you and your family eat them just right in the...
All the time.
Exactly.
For breakfast. Yeah.
Amazing.
I can stir this too.
Okay, perfect.
Sure.
Then, again, just grill the corn off. And you can and see just how nice that's going to come off. Now, this is a vision corn, so it's a little bit sweeter again. And because you got a little bit of the bitterness with the quinoa and bulgur, you want that. Composted it.
Nice. Well done. We'll learn you.
I know. And then we're going to take some pure sesame oil.
Okay.
Put a little bit of sesame oil in this, okay?
Okay.
Now, if you don't have, you know, the balsamic that we have here, you could use some lemon juice, some lime juice, or some white wine, you know, vinegar. I'm going to put that in.
It's starting to really smell nice. Yep.
And then, again, we didn't season it at all, so we're just going to add a little bit of salt.
Okay.
You don't need a whole lot because you have all these great fresh vegetables and flavors going on.
And pepper.
Yep. Almost double salted.
You can do that.
And then, again, if you wanted to, you could add some cucumbers to it. We have some Brussels sprouts out just to show you. Again, you can take it and make this pilaf your own. And we're just going to finish it up with just a little bit of green onions. Now, we're going to use the tops because everybody uses the whites for every dish.
Okay.
But you want to use the tops. And we just rinsed them under cold water and then dried them off. Put that in. Away we go.
Excellent.
Now, we have some amazing NutriFarms grilled chicken that we grilled off earlier.
This piece is a little big.
Okay. It's not right?
No, it's right now.
What do you think?
Oh, very good.
Again, you know, and if you wanted to, because we've already done the cilantro in the salsa. But if you wanted to, you could add some fresh basil here. You could add some fresh sage, you know, some chives.
Sure.
Away you go, right? So we're going to put this to our side. Like that. And now we're going to take our salsa, and we're going to put it on just on one of the chicken breasts. And this is what's so great. You can make this kind of like the family style dinner, where you just, you know, take the whole platter, and you just put it down in front of you, and you just share with your friends and family, or, you know, or you and I.
Or me. There's one plate. I'm not sure. I was thinking this is one serving. This is great. All right, chef. Is the soup ready now?
It's finally ready.
Okay.
So again, we've added the mascarpone cheese, we added the cream, we got the great flavors of the cauliflower and the corn. I'm going to give you a whole big bowl of it because it's been a little chilly this morning.
It was a cold morning.
I know. You get ready to eat that. Okay.
Oh, awesome. It's my lucky day. Thanks, guys.
Didn't this happen the last time we did this?
Deja vu.
The superstar comes for like 30 seconds.
I know.
Okay,
excellent.
Well, we've done 3 amazing recipes. We did the salsa, we did the pilaf, we did an amazing soup. And again, thank you.
Thank you very much for coming out.
Till next time, join me on the farm because you never know where we'll show up.
if you're able, we'll be at the kitchen table, cooking with Chef D.